Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, and today we got some spicy news because a brand new Heroes Path event has kicked off, and you can see I've already claimed a few things. I'm going to be telling you what path I'm going to take, some of the other potential paths that you could take, whether this is worth it, and also we have to talk about what the opportunity cost might be. If you go for this, what you might lose out on. But I have to say, at an initial glance right here at the rewards, at the end of this path in particular, we've got legendary books off to the side, 2 of them up for grabs. In the central path, we've got 6-star legendary chaos ore, slightly above. You can see I'm almost there very quickly, actually. We've got an immortal soul stone. Then behind some keys, we've got a eternal soul stone, and then actually the Christmas fusion from last year, Tatura Rhymehide. He is up for grabs here. Basically a guaranteed champion for this hero's path. Now, how do we do it? Let me move me out of the way. This hero's path is based off of upgrading champions and summoning champions. So if we come down here, you can see you get the points for this and only this, these coins, leveling up champions and ranking them up. So unlike a champion training tournament, which now includes, I believe, booking your champions, it includes ascending your champions as well. I think both of those things are generally much better saved for clan v clan if you are a clan v clan participator. But yeah, so it's just these though, just leveling up and ranking up your champs. And then it's actually summoning champs from Shards. So funny enough, this was due to be a champion chase weekend, right? With the 2 summoning event types, champion chase and summon rush. Champion chase is just based off of getting champions of specific rarities. So it doesn't matter what type of shard you pull. It just matters the champions you get. You can use champions from fusions, from fragments. You can use champions from fusions as well, though there's not many on right now, but you've got like the permanent fusions. You can get champions from campaign drops, Doom Tower, login rewards, and it counts. In Summon Rush, it's just the shard type you pull. So this weekend was due to be a champion chase. It is now a Summon Rush, effectively. I'm very curious to see what they do next weekend and the following weekend then, right? So in fact, if I bring up my calendar here, yeah, we've got next weekend and then we got the Christmas weekend. So I really don't know. And we are expecting the fusion, I would say, to start like the 15th or 16th. It's most likely at this point. That's speculation, but I think it's very, very likely. So yeah, who knows really what they'll do this weekend. And then we're expecting, in my opinion, seeing as the following weekend is literally Christmas, I'm expecting basically probably 2x events or 10x events or both at the same time, maybe even guaranteed champions for every different shard type over this weekend. I think they're all going to come into play, but we'll see. Don't know for sure. We will see. So all of that stuff to consider. Right then, now that you know about that, let's dive in as well to considering that there is, of course, a 2x for sacred shards on right now. So the better chance of pulling a legendary won't help you doing the hero's path, but it does make sacred shards well worth pulling in that sense. And Harima is really, really good, and she's in a 10x too. So it's very tempting, right? It is very tempting. Like I said, I think the opportunity cost, there'll be more stuff happening over Christmas. There's going to be the fusion kicking off soon, and I think it's now very difficult to accurately predict what sort of summoning events are going to be involved in the fusion. Obviously, we've got the new dungeon come out. There's a possibility that some of there could be guaranteed champions, or the fusion, that some of those champions could be designed to help you with the brand new dungeon, right? With the Sand Devil's Necropolis, which is very difficult. We've got like a video coming out actually maybe tomorrow with YST, where we sort of talk about what champions we think they could do from guaranteed, what we'd like to see, that sort of stuff. So that's something to bear in mind. You might want to wait to see that video before pulling your shards. You got no rush, right, guys? Like, this is on for another 1 day, 20 hours. You got plenty of time to wait for that collab to come out and to think about it and make your decision. But it's definitely something it's really something to bear in mind. Like, for me, I can tell you right now, I've got 13 sacreds. I don't want to pull any because I want to save up. I do, for the possibility of guaranteed champions, which is worth more to me I already have Tatura, he's a dupe. But let's look at this path, guys. So here we go. What I have done, let's actually make this slightly bigger. If I put it into, full screen with the menu bar, slightly bigger. So I've put the whole thing, ta-da, into one lovely document here. Now, path number 1. Let's call this the yellow path. This is your path to getting to Tatura Rime height. This is what you should do. So we go through the middle. I think this is like 900 and this is 700, or it's 700 and 900. I don't remember. Something like that. And this I've already claimed it was 1,000. Okay, so you can tell I'm not doing this yellow path myself, but it might be worth it for you. It might be. What you want to do, you're going to want to grab these keys, and then you want to kind of complete one of these paths and come through to your soulstone, grab your chaos ore, unlock this with the 2 keys, and then grab the big soulstone and grab Tatura. It's going to cost you 123,100 coins, presuming I've added this up correctly. So it's quite a lot of coins. If we jump over here, for example, let's say Sacred Shards, 4,500 per. If you pulled 15, it would give you 67,500 points. Interestingly enough then, if you pulled 15 Sacred Shards, which is the typical amount to max out a summon rush, you could basically go down, and just with that, you could grab this Eternal Soulstone, right? The extra 60,000 on top is just for Tatura. So that could be actually, I think it's reasonably worthwhile. Like, these Soulstones are very rare. They're hard to get. So it's not an entirely terrible thing. Compared to a typical summon rush, you're missing out on chickens and you'd be missing out on legendary books doing this path. But you get an Eternal Soulstone out of it. And then if you're going to grind, if you've got the energy to spare and you want to grind out champion training. So for example, I think one very, very worthwhile thing to do, I've mentioned this in my video yesterday, I'm going to mention it again, but coming in to Godfrey's Crossing in campaign to farm up Muckstalker, who has a 2-turn sleep on a 2-turn cooldown. Great champion for the new boss. You can just go farm campaign like crazy because you want, what's it, 6... you want 12 copies because you need one guy and then you need 11 dupes to fully book him. You at least need 5 dupes to book up this if you don't have rare books, right? You can fully book this guy out. You do want him to be booked to have the 2-turn cooldown on the sleep. So there's a whole lot of campaign grinding that you can do and leveling up food to get you extra points to get you there. I think 60,000 is going to be a big grind, but you've got quite a lot of time. So there's definitely something to be said for that. If you think Tatura is going to make a big difference for your account, I think that yellow path is not terrible. Now, how good is Tatura? I think he's a good solid champion. I think he can be good for Hydra. I think he can be good for Bommel. But I don't feel like he's a necessary champion. He can be good for Arena as well. I don't really use mine very much. But I might build him out for Bommel actually now. I might actually do that. The reason being, on his A1, he's got a 100% chance of decreased accuracy. So for Bommel, you can turn off his other moves and he just keeps decreased accuracy on Bommel, and it lets you actually resist the bombs then with high resistance champions. He has block debuffs, increased defense on the team for 2 turns, 3-turn cooldown. Really good move, especially for Demon Lord Clan Boss. Then he's an AoE that puts Perfect Veil on everyone except himself on a 4-turn cooldown and gives himself a shield. Cool passive that can freeze. Defense in Doom Tower battles. Good champ. He's a really, really, really solid champion. He's a great fusion. He was. So yeah, he's got a lot of potential. You could definitely use him in Hydra. You do need a Mischief tank because you cannot have block debuffs be stolen. But if you do bring him in with a Mischief tank, he can give you block debuffs, increased defense. He'll give you some coverage of Perfect Veil. It's pretty patchy, but he can do it. So he's useful. And the decreased accuracy for something like the Head of Blight, the Poison Head, he's a great champ. I actually need to go back and do more videos on him, to be honest, because I think when I first did videos with Tatura, that was kind of pre-Mischief tanking days, or at least in the early incarnation. And we've got a lot of better Mischief tanks since then. Check out my Skuramis video from yesterday, for example. So there we go. That's the yellow path. It's a big investment, guys. It is a big investment. I think I guess one big question would be, nubkeks, if I don't have any Sacred Shards, can I do this? Is it possible to grind out 123,000 points without Sacred Shards in champion training? I don't know. You'd have to sit down and work it out. I think it's an absolutely huge amount, would be my impression. I think the best way to judge it, guys, if you are thinking about it, maybe someone else can do that maths and figure it out for you. I would say a good rule of thumb would be go hard on it for day 1, right? Which there's no real harm because there's some good rewards. I'll show you what I'm going to do next. There's good stuff Don't spend any of your coins yet. Go hard day 1. See how many coins you get in day 1. Multiply it by 5. If that's enough to get Tatura, then you know that you can get Tatura if you have enough energy and gems to keep that pace up. If not, then you know you can't make it and you can go into a different path. Let me show you what I'm going to do. And by the way, I think, we definitely, sometimes these drawings look a bit sexual. Surely there's nothing sexual about this drawing. No, I think we've definitely avoided any sex organs or from any angle in this particular one. We're entirely safe, right? Absolutely. Definitely. We're looking good. This is what I'm going to do. What if we put this one in that one? What if we rotated this one forward? No, stop. Okay, so what we got going on here. This is the green path. This is what I'm doing. So this path, you go straight down the middle. You're going to get some energy, some gems, a mortal soulstone. You get an immortal soulstone. And yeah, then you can branch off to the sides. I'm pretty sure. I've been checking Discord because the last Heroes Path event, these paths were very deceptive and didn't link up. I've yet to see anyone say that there's the same problem. So hopefully this is fixed. But if there are issues with these paths, please let us know in the comments so people can adjust. The smart thing to do, guys, is of course, I've been spending my coins because I've got no patience, right? The smart thing to do is to wait until the end of the event to spend your coins. You have a day after the event ends even to spend your coins. That's what they've done every time before. So there's no stress there. But yeah, going down this middle, grab this, and then branching off to the legendary skill tomes. And I think it's actually going to be pretty darn easy. It's really not too bad. 37,600 points in total. You've got 5 days to go grind that out. Like I said, go grind your muck stalkers. If you do pull some shards, I'm not going to pull shards. I am saving. But it's a pretty good, it's like 2x sacreds with a 10x harima is quite a reasonable time to pull sacred shards. Just watch out for the opportunity cost of guaranteed and the Christmas stuff. But it's good. It's a good event. I genuinely think this is a good event. Picking up a couple of legendary tomes, this and so on. And then there's actually a 6-star chaos ore to go grab if you get a few extra points, which isn't too bad. I actually have in this, we've got what I'm calling the red path. So hey, look, it's a lizard. It wasn't sexual in any way, shape, or form. It's a little lizard. Look at the little tail. He's got his legs. It's great. He's a happy little lizard. But again, the other path, I'd grab that 6-star chaos ore. Then I go and I grab these keys and then go grab this guy. It's a lot more points though, right? That's an extra 53,000 points, which is a lot. It's a lot. So I don't really recommend the red path. I would probably, again, for me, I might just grab that chaos ore if I go overboard. Most likely, I mean, you can look, I've got almost no gems, right? I'm super broke at this point in the game, really low on resources. I'm highly likely to not do that red path. I'm just going to do the green and be done with it. But yeah, there you go. What do you guys think? What are you going to do? Like I said, I think this is, in my opinion, this is the best Heroes Path event so far. I think overlapping with a 2x Sacred, 10x Harima. Yeah, I think Champion Training is actually pretty reasonable way to grind out. There's the Muck Stalker thing, which is good value right now. So it's worth grinding that out, to get a nice Sleep Champion. Yeah, I think it's a really good event. Like, it is. It's a really good event. Like, the only negative thing I particularly have to say about this one, honestly, is just it came right after 20 Sacred Shards for Elva. And it's coming right before Christmas stuff. That's the only negative. Anyway, there you go. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.